what I just said, and I wasn't recording. So, regarding the seven deadly sins, failure to understand the meaning of the brand, do your research, find out the strong brand associations, the history, the consumer research, consumer behavior associated with your industry. Live up to the brand promise. Your brand promise is the sum of all the benefits you're promising with the positioning statement. Do not over-promise and under-deliver. Remember, consumers have expectations. If you meet the expectation, that's satisfactory. If you go above the expectations, that's delight. Failure to adequately support the brand with proper brand imagery, association, marketing programs, marketing promotions, brand ambassadors and influencers, you will lose the consistency of supporting a brand. Failure to be patient with the brand, meaning wait for it to grow. If you constantly push out the brand too much, it will feel like a desperate move that you're trying to choke the market and force your brand onto the product. Remember, people used to run to the Apple store, okay? And Apple even put up for the iWatch that they launched that you cannot buy it in the store. You have to go online. And yet people showed up. That is true marketing. Failure to adequately control a brand. And I just talked about it. Thank God I was not on record at the moment. But negative associations can come when people of certain nature or labels start using your brand as an excuse to, I would say, hurt other people, and it creates a negative image. Take, for example, Chick-fil-A. Said that they will not serve any homosexual person as a customer, but create a negative association. But that was a president of Chick-fil-A, so probably he's a different type of man, but I don't associate with him. I think he's an idiot altogether, but you shouldn't have done that. All humans are nice, but did it hurt the brand? Probably not. Maybe that was the stance he was looking for, because where he was probably, the regions he was probably serving was very Christian or conservative in nature. Failure to properly balance consistency and change with the brand. Remember, marketing myopia does not mean that you understand that you have to constantly change the brand. Keep it consistent. Consistency, but with brief improvements and strategic imagery changes. Okay, if you change something entirely or too drastically, people will feel disassociated from the brand. That's what happened with Porsche when they launched the SUV, Porsche Cayenne, or whatever pepper it was. It created a strong disassociation from the current fan base that wanted to buy their sports car or sports editions. And they were very disgruntled. It increased sales for one part of the portfolio, but it created a great, I would say, brand distance, because the prominence was too big and negative for some people. And failure to understand the complexity of employing a brand equity program. Having the program in place means you're very serious about your business, and it is linked to the business objectives such as profitability, sales, sustainability, investments, and shareholder equity, and all those things. So it's an overall grand strategy. It's related to marketing strategy. It's also related to your business strategy, financial strategies, and all those. It is not done in isolation. Anyways, moving ahead. Some brand imperatives fully and accurately factor the consumer into brand equation. Remember, you're doing it for the consumer. Focus on the consumer and recognize what they know and don't know about brands, and what they want and don't want from brands. Engage in participation marketing in the process, meaning do your research, communicate with the consumer, listen to what they have to say, watch the trends in the market, and be aware of being how innovative you want to be. Go beyond product performance and rational benefits. Remember the emotional benefits. Everyone has a dream. Everyone has a desire and fantasy. Maybe you're fulfilling that too. Craft well-designed products and services that provide a full set of rational and emotional benefits. Remember, I told you about needs, wants, demands, and their desires as well. Make the whole of the marketing program greater than the sum of the parts. Develop fully integrated channel and communication strategy that optimally blend their strengths and weaknesses. Why should I market on different social media platforms? I told you already that different types of consumer exist on different platforms. Some people say that TikTok is cancerous. I kind of agree, but that's my personal opinion. As a business owner, I should be running my ads or my campaign on TikTok as well, because it's one of the fastest growing applications out there. And what people do on Instagram is they use TikTok filters, and then they use it on Snapchat and Instagram. So the technology could be better. So that is part of also my strategy moving ahead. Understand where you can take a brand and how. When we say where, it doesn't mean regionally, it means into the different market segments. Design and implement a new product development and brand architecture strategy that maximizes long term growth across product offerings, customer segment, and also geographical markets. The iPhone 5C was targeted towards the BRICS market: Brazil, Russia, India, China. The C's did stand for China, not for cheap. They restructured the iPhone 4S when they had the callback. The iPhone 4S wasn't a big success, so they repackaged it with the cheaper components, but slightly better, I would say, performant components. But the casing was much more cheaper and plasticky. They reduced the price and they targeted the BRICS market, and it was a new product offering altogether. There was a new customer segment, and there were different markets, geographical markets, they were reaching out to. Do the right thing with brands. It's all about execution for at the appropriate time for the appropriate people. Embrace corporate social responsibility and manage brands for the long run. Okay, don't go for short-term profit. No marketer will tell you to go for short-term profits. If you do the right thing, people will come to you. And it's very apparent how younger people or people like you have started choosing sustainable brands over other brands. Excuse me. Take a big picture view of branding effects, know what is working and why. Justify brand investments and achieve deeper understanding of the power of brands. Just because it works does not mean it cannot be improved. Find the reason behind or hypothesize and do the research of why it worked. Just because it's out there as a big brand name doesn't mean it's going to be successful all the time. Okay, moving ahead. And we are done. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will discuss your report now, and I kind of will sum it up over here. Let me add another. No, in fact, I will use the Word document and write down some associations that you will have to think about. So let's do this right now since I'm recording it, and let me share the screen. Are you guys still with me, or you've gone to sleep? Analyze similar brands from the. I want to make it a little different. Automotive industry. Okay. Compare. Toyota Lexus brand with Lexus brand with Bentley. Cars. Your report should be an average 1,500 words. Research must include the following. Okay, so if you guys with me, you can comment right now. I'm recording this as well. Okay, so you're waiting for the assignment topic. That's great. So I'm going to focus on these things. Maybe I'll increase the size so it's much more visible in the video because the video quality usually is pretty bad. Okay. So analyze and compare two similar brands from the automotive industry. You're to compare the Lexus brand with the Bentley brand of cars. Now, you can use different product brand lines. Okay, that's fine, but we are focusing on the entire brand. Your research will include the following: history of the brand. Okay, let me And then I will give you further details in on Canvas. Okay, so but history of the brand's value propositions, such as what are the benefits, okay, customer profiles that they are targeting, imagery, and what do you call that? An evolution of brand till date. Okay, so what else? Let me go back to the slides. Some things that you can cover over here. Imagery and evolution. These are the simpler things you can do. Brand value proposition, brand customer profile, imagery and evolution. And then the real research begins. I'm going to focus on brand image, and within brand image, I will ask you guys to focus on attributes and benefits. Okay, it might be a little difficult to do, but I'm pretty sure you can handle it. Brand image, talk about types of brand association. Brand association, there's attributes. And attributes you will talk about, I'm sorry, non-product related only. Non-product related. One which is price. We talked about imagery, but I'm not going to repeat that. Personality, brand personality. Personality is related to the brand, not the consumer, okay? But it can be related. And feelings and experiences. Okay. I'm not going to talk about product related. That's attributes and benefits. Benefits you guys will speak about. Symbolic. Okay. Association. Symbolic. Within brand image. What's happening? Strength and uniqueness. We don't need to talk about favorability. Maybe a bit of favorability. No. We'll leave that out. Okay, so I want to talk about brand image. Then you're comparing two brands, so there will be quite a lot to research. You have the data out there, so but I would like to keep this as concise as possible. Now, once again, since this is also part of marketing, summarize their 4 P's of marketing. Okay, it's just a summary from your understanding. Analyze their product strategies, current product strategy, their current strategy. Strategy. Discuss the pricing techniques. Mention a bit about their promotional campaigns. I don't want you to analyze this because you're already analyzing promotional campaigns in the brand image. Already discussed. Image part. So don't rephrase too much over here. Distribution, car dealership. Okay, so distribution. Talk about car dealerships. dealer rooms, or dealer houses. I don't know what you call it, dealer agencies, and how they're designed, and what's the reception like, and all those things. Okay, I want you to summarize all those things, and customer profile. I also want you to talk about differentiation. Okay, in terms of, which will be discussed further, differentiation is usually product attributes. It means also service attributes, product/service. Attributes, image, people, channel. Okay, so you can repeat these going forward, but I want you to think about the positioning. It's in the hearts and minds of consumers. Pick up 4 to 5 points of parity comparison. Do you know how to make a comparison graph, a web graph? Does anyone know? If you don't, let me show you. Is it on WhatsApp? Waiting for you to talk about. Oh, I'm sorry. No, my website, we can download YouTube videos. Someone was asking me a question. Where are you? Where's Excel? Create a new file. Let me stop sharing that. Let me reshare my Excel. I hope it works. Okay, insert charts. Okay, no. Oh, they have maps now. Wow. Recommended charts. Or line. Pie. Graph. What's a column chart? Where did web one go? Oh, this is you see the radar? That's what it is. Okay. So how do we make a radar graph? Let's say I'm going to compare two products on 5 points of parity. Lexus and each are, wow, I just could have wrote that. No, Lexus, and what about the Bentley? And let's say is price, promotion, image. Let's call it two others. Maybe it's sophistication and attractiveness. Whatever, it's our research. Okay, so we are going to measure this from 1 to 10. Okay, so I'm just going to put 5, 6, 8, 8, 4. Bentley is 7, 8, 4, 6, 10. No, let's put 9. I hope I can do this right. I'm just attempting it right now. And I'm going to create a graph, which is going to be a radar from here. I hope it's visible at the back for you guys. Yeah. And I can increase the size. What's going on? Oh, I did. This is a perception map or position map. You guys usually do it with only 2 points of parity. I did it with 5. That's what a radar looks like. You guys understand now? Yes, no, maybe. Can you repeat the question? You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now. Man, I miss Malcolm in the Middle. I wish I could watch it over here somewhere. Any questions? That's what a positioning map looks like, okay? Maybe I'll just copy paste it because you guys wouldn't understand it. No, but you have the video, so what the hell, right? So this is how you create a points of parity, or I would say position map, what people prefer. If you can see, Bentley is the orange one compared to Lexus, and you can create for another brand too. You can add one more if you want. Let's say you want to add Rolls-Royce, and let's say you put random number 67732. Okay, and let's highlight this. There we go. We have another one. We can add a fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, seventh one. We can have like 20 if you want, but it's up to you. How do you want to associate with it? I think you can even filter out some data if you want. Let's say you only want to compare Lexus with nothing or Bentley, or you want to compare Lexus with Rolls-Royce. That is your choice. And you can even select what option you want to remove. Okay, I've only put, let's say, 2 options. Okay, it's your choice what data you want there. What categories. This is your choice, names or whatever. But usually people do the perception map, which is pretty stupid. I don't like the perception map that people do. It only has 2 factors in it. Let's see, like this one. What was that? No, where is it? Actually, the linear graph. Should be the linear graph, shouldn't it be? Line graph? I don't remember the 2D graph, how you make it. Something like this, but you can add lines if you want. Scatter plots is also the same thing, but it can be negative. If I put negative values, it'll build up that way. Let me use it that way, that the options are different. Let's say, oh, what's going on? Delete this. Jesus Christ, delete already. -5, -7, and then the positive. Okay. So I'm going to only use this part and add a insert combo chart. No. No. Scatter diagram. And it's too little information over here. I'll use this one. Where's the scatter one? Oh, I just saw it. Yeah. Something like this. It has 2 dimensions now. But I don't want to create it. I'm bored. And create something like this too. This is usually used for BCG matrix, but I don't want to use it. But you understand what I'm saying, right? Boom. If you don't understand, let me just show you simply, very quickly, what the positioning map looks like. You can Google it. But I didn't Google it. I DuckDuckGo it. This is what people usually do. Only based on 2 factors, which is pricing, luxury versus economy, and functionality. Is it family-based or sports-based? Is it cars? Porsche 911 is very sporty and highly luxury. And a Volkswagen can be considered more economic, but slightly sporty. But a Bentley is highly luxury, but in between sporty and family. But that's the 3rd dimension. You can mention it as like sophisticated or something. And just the gap in the market maybe they're trying to fulfill. Okay, understood. I'm not getting any responses from you guys, but what? Got it. Will include radar graphing points of parity. And Bryce just said, what? And what? Like more like, what? What? British people be like, what? Could I have a glass of water? Bryce, what's your question? It was just, what? Well, I don't know what your question is. You what, mate? I'm still waiting for Bryce's question. I'm sending a meme in the meanwhile. Okay. Coming back over here. Let me reshare this. Yeah. So this is basically your report. It's nothing more than this. And then After this is the research, history, and final thoughts, reflections, and certain recommendations. Give your thoughts on how the companies are managing the brands and provide recommendations improving their brand equity. So if this 1,500 words, you can obviously see how much words will be required per one. Let's say I will help you by giving, let's say there's one. Oh, I should actually change this to a number. So look here, there are around like 9 topics. Your major points will be summed up over here. Let's say this could be up to 400 words over here. Right? Some 100 words over here. Let's say this will be around 200 words. And I say I might increase the number of words, but this is an idea. 300, 700 words total. 700, we are left with over here, history of brand, let's say 100 words. And this could be around less than 100 words, maybe. Brand's value proposition could be 50 words. Customer profile, build CM profiles with justifications using the template. Okay, I will share a customer profile template. Some of you probably saw it last time in my previous classes. I can reshare that if you want. Let me just show you in my Excel customer profile. Please give me a minute. Let me reshare it. I actually made a video about how to make a customer profile with another class, okay? But these are certain profiling criterias. I actually removed the B2B parts from this, okay? So we don't, but if you want this, you can simply go to Demand Metric and download it. And please do not repeat these words at the bottom: technical buyer, economic buyer, young feminine executive. I actually changed these and I associated with the type of target market you're going after, such as the demographics, psychographics, behavior, environment, and then the value propositions that you can justify for your research and associate with objective. But this is not for you. But you have to define your customer persona. And if you find that difficult, you can Google it. You know, I'm not joking about the part of Googling it. How do you guys feel that when Boris Johnson contracted coronavirus? Right customer persona. You can also get a template for this, okay? There are many of them. They kind of just look like this. Very simply put, they talk about demographics, psychographics, and all those things like goals, but please also justify what made this customer profile. Most people keep this out because they're linked to your, I would say, marketing objectives, but you have to determine from the analysis what made them the customer profile. Here's like another one. This is I think a better one, because this one shows a summary of the person. And let me see, another one I saw, maybe enterprise. Oh, this looks really good. Example, HubSpot persona. Oh, this is from HubSpot, because HubSpot is where you can do marketing courses online. Owner, Ollie, marketing, Mary, enterprise, Erin. And enterprise Erin is our secondary target market, loves HubSpot. Integration with all of her system, home base or marketing takeaway, easy to execute on campaign block. This is our justification in the orange part why we're targeting her. So you can justify it. You don't have to have 5 customer persona. You can give me the major customer persona for each brand. Okay. Boom. And reshare. Where's the Word file? Customer profile, once again, this could be 50 words. You have to justify, okay? Differentiation, product, service, and attribute. This could be 100 words. Positioning and comparison be 50 words. I'm not counting, so I don't know how much this is. 100. This is 200, 300, 350, 750, 950, 1050. Okay. Imagery. This is 100 words as well. I think I should increase this to 300 words. This to maybe 50, and imagery. All right, let's do the counting, people. 100, 150, 200, 350. Oh, wait, hold on. What the hell is wrong with 200, 300, 350, 350, 400, 500, 900, 1200, and 350. Maybe make this 200 words because you'll be writing recommendations. Where can I? Maybe the brand value positions. This also 100. There you go. Oh, not 1,000. So I'm going to already explain what I want from you guys. Okay. Your deadline for the presentation is the 6th of May. The deadline for the report is the 8th of May. No delays. I've already given you an extension. So what I'm going to do is publish this and on Canvas, and we can review your drafts if you wish to. I'll give you 1 hour for review. Everyone on Microsoft Teams next week. Okay, even though we don't have class, but we can settle a time. If you want, we can keep the same time on Wednesday for review. But let me know. Okay, do you guys agree with that? This is being recorded, by the way, so you can always hold me to this. No? Yes? What? Could you also please email this doc explaining report? I will be putting it on Canvas. Professor, can we do compression? What? Comparison between, it's not compression, my friend, between other brands? No, you cannot. I chose Bentley and Lexus. Ferrari and Ford. No, Ferrari and Ford, it's like watching the movie. Ford versus Ferrari. What's the commonality between Ford and Ferrari? Nothing. You know? Ford is American, Ferrari is Italian, and they're not. One is more sporty, Ford is more sedan. I'm talking about two very common brands. Bentley is premium, but not high-end luxury. High-end luxury is Rolls-Royce. What do you call it? But it's British, owned by a German car manufacturer. Toyota owns Lexus. Lexus is a luxury division coming from a Japanese country where focus is more on economics. I would say the A to B car, but they produce something of high caliber. They're very similar in nature, you know. So what should we go for? Okay. Is Nina a nerd? Nerdy. What are you talking about, Samuel? I'm confused. Who's Nina? Oh, you're talking about the consumer persona. Maybe she is. I don't know. You want her number? Okay, for Sam. All right. So I'll put this on Canvas. You can do this in groups of 2 to 3 people. Try not to do it individually. It's going to be a lot of work. Okay. But you must take permission from me if you want to work individually. I highly recommend that you don't. Okay. Cool. Vanessa, why do you want to do it alone? You have such a good friend called Samuel. Oh, you can do it with him. Okay, for Sam. Then, by the way, there will be peer review. There will be peer review. Okay, there's no such thing as working, and then there's certain conditions. Conditions. I should write them on top. Group conditions. What's going on? Make a Google Drive to work on the same file. Turn on tracking comments and work. Let me show you. Let me stop sharing. Let me go back. Let's see. Oh, share. The Google. Control. Okay, this is doc. How do I make a new one? It's here. Ta-da. Okay, so if I do share this, all right, there's editing, suggesting viewing, all right, edit document directly. So if I share, give your title, okay, whatever. Save. And enter names of email addresses I can share with. I'm going to share it with myself. Howdy. And the rights I'm giving is can edit, comment, and view. And I send this, but this is just the starting part, okay? And over here, I think in tools, compare documents, explore, what was that part of? Add-ons, no, format, insert. There was a tracking option part, I don't remember. But usually you can turn that on. Let me see. How to turn on track changes on Google Docs. I'm using to Google this on how to track changes on Google Docs, laptop mag. Sorry, accept. Share. Okay. Send. How to show you. Editing. Click editing. Edits become suggestions. How to accept and reply to reject changes. But generally speaking, when someone else starts typing into it, you know, it is recorded, I think. Make changes to the document. How to spell. So maybe one person can accept it. Let's say shared with one person. Prof.Baber Mirza. Let me give myself. Can view is owner can edit. All right, let me just check if I can. Edits become suggestions. All right, so I'm going to open up. I'm going to actually share my screen with you guys. Okay, so let's stop sharing this. Screen one. Hope you can see. It goes to docs.google.com. I'm going to sign in with my other account because I'm a spy. Add another guy. Oh, Professor Baber Mirza. Yada, yada, yada. What's the Google? Come on, why is it so slow? Next. No, that's my password. You guys want to see my password? Really? Don't ask again on this computer. Now you'll be able to see what I'm going to add. Check your cell phone. Google send a notification. Just have yes in the notification. Yes. Let me in. Reminds me of the meme, let me in. Okay. Someone sent me something. Where's the report? Whatever. Where do I see it? Where do I see the reports that were shared with me? Oh, the files. That is weird. Maybe I have to go to Google Drive. Share it with me. Bear with me for a minute, please. Whatever. Oh, there it is. Oh, allow pop-ups from Google Drive. Yeah. So I'm going to do this side by side. Just to demonstrate. You can see if I type over here, it's already highlighting that I put my cursor here from the other account. What's homies? So what's being written over here is actually a suggestion, okay? And now I'm typing over here, it's being notified that someone else added a paragraph, okay? and I can accept or reject this. If I reject in the main file, it will not be accepted, but I can simply erase this as well. What's up, my homies? I'm deleting. Yes, I want to delete it from the main file. Why I'm saying this is because then peer review becomes essentially easier. Okay. Okay, and then, all right, just to remove this, I don't really care now. There will be a peer review. Okay, peer review is very essential. That determines how you're graded. All right. If you work alone, you need permission from me. Okay, explicit permission. Submission work will be on Canvas. Notify me of your group members ASAP. Got that, my friends? All right. I think I'm still sharing my screen, so I'm just going to close this and share the Word file. Yeet. All right. Okay, what's going on? Do it with me. Baber, I want to do it alone. I always want to do the final report alone. Let me do it alone, Baber. No, do it with me. Oh my God. You idiot, you already have a group. Let her join us. Cool. So can I do it alone? Not with MD? No, with OK for Sam. C pork. What? What's going on? Sea pork. What does sea pork mean? Wet pig? Hey, you guys are confusing me. No, Vanessa, I think you should do it in a group. You always do it alone. Find someone else. They're really nice girls you can work with as well. And they're pretty nice Indian boys in the classroom as well. However, you can send your requests to me or your groups by tonight or by tomorrow. I don't mind. And then I'll set up your groups on Canvas. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm done. I'm stopping the recording. And we'll stay in touch with WhatsApp.